Second she saw that needle, my kid turned into a feral cat. And I'm not joking, like no exaggeration when I say she leapt up onto the couch behind me and was like draped on my shoulders like Taylor Swift on the cover of Time. We're all managing change constantly. And so I wanted to find a simple framework that would allow anybody to manage change. And when I started to work through this process, I had a less than proud parenting moment that ultimately allowed me to kind of distill my ideas down to the 3 topics that we're going to focus on today. I have an 8-year-old daughter, but she, from the moment that her baby brain associated needles with pain, became deathly afraid of going to the doctor. I decided we're going to get over this. We're going to move through this fear together, and I'm going to not have a screaming kid that tries to like run away from me every single time we go to the doctor. And so I did all the things that I could to get her ready to go to the doctor, get her shots, and be okay with, minimal fanfare. And we watched TV shows, we talked about it, we did role play, all of the things that you would think of while getting a kid used to getting a shot. It was great. I gave myself like a really good mom pat on the back, feeling great. Fast forward to the next year when I have to take her for her appointment and she has to get her shots again. I thought we had checked the box of moving past this. We built the resilience to be able to go to the doctor no problem, and we were gonna be able to tackle this without any issue. So I went to go bring my daughter to daycare the day that she had a doctor's appointment, and I let her know, like, okay, mommy's gonna come pick you up early from the office, and we're gonna go to the doctor. And she didn't really say anything. She was just kind of sitting in the back seat in her car seat, like staring at me, and like, oh good, like no big reaction. Like again, feeling pretty good about myself. So that afternoon, I went to go pick her up to bring her to the doctor, and before I even got out of the car, I could hear her in the office crying. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is okay. So it took me about literally 10 minutes to get my kid out of the building and into the car for her to sit down and get buckled and start going to the doctor's office. And at this point, she's hysterical. She's crying, and I am calling her dad. I think we might have even called her grandparents. I made every single promise that I could think of to get this kid to possibly calm down. Ice cream, favorite dinner, want to go shopping for a toy, like all the things you probably shouldn't do when your kid is like, got you in the power chokehold of crying. And none of it was working. And so we get to the doctor's office, we're standing in the parking lot, and she's still crying. And at this point, my thought is, my only hope is that she is gonna go like bunny and like freeze when they come in with the needle. So we go into the doctor's office and they take pity on me and my sobbing child, and they tell me, you guys can go into this family room, it's got a couch, she'll be more comfortable. Worst decision they could have made for all of us involved. Because my kid and I go and we're sitting down and I'm talking to her and we're trying to work through this, and she's crying, and all hope of her going catatonic when the nurse came in went out the window, because the second she saw that needle, my kid turned into a feral cat. And I'm not joking, like no exaggeration when I say she leapt up onto the couch behind me and was like draped on my shoulders like Taylor Swift on the cover of Time, and was like screaming bloody murder about the fact that they had come into the room with the needle. And it sounds ridiculous, but this is the way my brain works. In that moment, all of my pieces clicked in terms of this change management for everyone framework, where I realized that I had just done a shit job of managing the change for that kid that year. I thought that I had built the resilience the year before with all of my measures and all of the things that I did, and I didn't realize how big of a gap I had left for her going into this appointment in terms of managing expectations, managing the process, helping her feel comfortable going into this thing that made her very uneasy. And I started to think through, as I held her down, and I hope nobody else in this room has ever had to have that experience as she got the shot, the different things that I had done when she was younger going into that appointment that I had skipped over this time. And that's what this change management for everyone framework is. And I feel very confident that I can say that it's for everyone in every situation, because it works when I'm parenting. It works when I'm leading a team. It works with clients.